So we have a best of 7 show match between Slam and MBL. It's a $1,000 show match. I think it's 70% to the winner, 30 to the loser. It's a hidden pick, no repeat. And it's a 7-game show match. I have the, let me see if I can just pull up this scene quickly. So we can see, because I have the, it's a game 1, Arabia, game 2, Gold Rush, game 3, Acropolis, game 4, Cenotes, Land Madness, Serengeti, and Arabia. So very land-based maps, some of them very aggressive, which should suit both these players. So yeah, we'll see. The Viper is so critical about people that are way better casters. I am 100% on board. They are way better casters than I am. I'm just pointing out something that I've noticed sometimes. I probably, when I'm casting, I probably make the same mistake myself. By all means. I saw the Norseman after you mentioned it. It was hilarious. I'm glad you liked it, dude. It was really fun, yeah. KMW TV, thanks for the prime, by the way. Alright, let's go. So we have an Aztecs war to begin with. Aztecs is usually the go-to civ for a lot of top players in general, because the Eagle... What? Can't see anything. I don't have a fancy scoreboard or anything. We're gonna have to live with this, guys. Hope you guys don't mind. Let me put some caster scroll speed. 69, nice, huh? Like 30... 26 should be good. So, Aztecs go to civ for a lot of people, mainly because you have the Eagle to begin with. Eagle has a lot of scouting range, as you can see, which makes it a really easy tool to use for laming. And that also makes you find your resources faster, so you're not being lamed yourself. This kind of grants you sort of security. On top of that, you have faster farming because you carry more resources with your villagers. Very strong early economy. You can do the drush because you start with extra gold, so you can do an easy drush. Easy man at arms play. Military production works faster. So there's so many things that actually just work in favor of the Aztecs, and which makes them such a powerful 1-in-1 civ. Relic gold is faster as well. So Eagle line of sight versus Mongol scout line of sight. I think they're about the same. Should be about the same. So MBL found his resources, all of them. And he is now going forward. I assume he wants to steal resources from Slam. I'm not sure about the laming rules. But as you can see, Slam brings in his boar on the front very fast. He hasn't even made a lumber camp yet. I assume this is because he's expecting a lame. Slam is, however, finding his sheep, so he has everything of his as well, except his boar, which MBL might... Oh wait, he's missing 2 sheep. He's missing 2 sheep, and MBL is about to come in and find a boar. Yo, Chesbra, thank you very much for the host, dude. Appreciate that. Hope you had a good stream. I assume it was Eric streaming today. Hope you had a good time, bro. So MBL, you came just in time. I know you're a big fan of MBL's and his chess games. But on the side, MBL also plays Age of Empires, and he's also a very big lamer. So here we are. Aman, okay, gotcha. Thank you, appreciate it, dude. Oh, nice. Slam did immediately block off the lame, so that was a successful. Slam also got his 2 sheep, so very good opening for Slam indeed. Very good opening for Slam indeed. Viper, I hated you when you killed 2 Doubtvilles on the same boar as you resigned that moment of the tournament match. I'm sorry, dude. That was NAC. NBA player 4 in your honor. They have gotten this theory that color 4 gives you map hacks. But all the player, baby. So we're past the early phase of the game. Slam knows he's safe now because MBL, he got in the boar, he got in his sheep, he took HP off this Eagle of the MBL. So game will slow down now. We have both the players are just luring there now. So one thing in favor of MBL right now is MBL has some scouting intel on Slam space. He knows about the secondary stone, he knows about the secondary gold and the main gold of Slam. Slam obviously does have a really nice back base here with the stone and gold. I think this is why he's choosing to not scout at all at the moment. Although it looks like he might be going to scout now. Yep, he lured 2 deer and then that's it. The reason seems to be, like I would say the reason he's not scouting earlier, first of all, he wants to have a little boost to his early economy. Secondly, he has a really nice, easy, secure back base with wood, gold and stone. He could even make a mining camp there or there and take gold and stone. So it's actually a really sick base there. Now he's also in a position to start blocking MBL's deer luring if he actually wants to. So regarding their openings, very similar builds, of course, so far. Let me fix this. So we have the population and all that stuff. They don't stream themselves. I don't think any of them are streaming now. It's $1,000 show match, guys. So there's $700 for the winner. That is a really good price for a best of 7 show match. So it makes sense that neither of them are streaming. Have you ever lamed in AOC unprovoked? A lot of times. MBL's map sucks. I disagree heavily. He has really nice wood lines. Oh, Slam, gotta watch out here. He's about to run into a town center. Ooh, that was actually quite... he should be able to diagonally avoid those arrows. But he went straight, which made arrows hit. So that was a little bit unfortunate for him. So, you say MBL's maps suck. I assume you base that on the gold and the gold, all the gold being forward, right? If you want to look, if you look at this properly, as they're microing on the hill here, MBL has a really easy wall map with the woodlands here. He has so much wood in the back of his base, and easy to wall on the sides, both sides, and then he can just place his like archery ranges and everything in front of the gold. You can see the way he's already walling makes this base really, really good. If he didn't have all these woodlines and stone in the back, for example, yes, I would agree with you, the map is bad, but you can make a map like this really good based on the layout of the trees and how you're walling, right? So with archery ranges in the front here now, this map will be a really good map. Both of them are going for barracks, militia on the way. MBL is doing a drush though, while Slam is going for feudal age. So if you look at MBL, you can see he's still missing resources to go to the feudal age. By the way, to all the viewers at Chessborough, we're casting some Age of Empires here. I'm not sure if you're all familiar or fans of Age of Empires, but MBL and Slam are two of the best players in the world, and they're playing a best of 7 show match for $1,000. Steak AoE, thanks for the 20 months, by the way. Glad to see your sellout was successful. Always makes me happy to see your success. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. So they're just gonna be dancing here. I think MBL will start jumping on the units of Slam as soon as he gets to feudal age. But then again, Slam has more militia now, and Slam will hit feudal age, so Slam will be able to get the men-at-arms upgrade. While MBL will have to keep retreating now. And MBL is still open, to be fair. He's adding more militia himself, so this will turn into a men-at-arms fight. But I think MBL wants to take the fight now. This is the moment where MBL wants to fight as Slam gets to feudal age. We're gonna start seeing that now that MBL will start attacking, because MBL wants to buy time. Obviously Slam wants to wait to fight until he has men-at-arms, but MBL will just keep chasing him to buy time. He's adding more militia himself, so he has a number advantage, but obviously tech advantage is heavily in favor of Mr. Slam. He's securing his base with some walls on it. Yeah, this wall is very strange. I assume he hasn't scouted enough on his right side. The worst part here is he could easily wall there, and the map would have been fine, right? So these are just safety walls based on not scouting well enough on the right side. He's going to be safe though. He just could have made a better base. MBL is doing something quite clever now. He knows that he's fully walled now, right? So what do? You don't need to fight this army then. You can send your army to counterattack. He is not aware of the TC of Slam though, so he's about to run straight into the town center. Slam with a nice quick pull there. Hitting the feudal age, I'm sure the men-at-arms upgrade will come in. Actually, there is a chance MBL just ignores men-at-arms as well. He's lacking the gold right now, which is why we don't see him do it yet. I'm curious if he's gonna do it now. He has the gold, but it honestly might be a good idea by him to not do it now, because there's not any guaranteed damage for the militia. So he's not doing the upgrade. I like that. I think it's a good decision, because these units are very unlikely to actually get any damage in. I'm not gonna co-cast with anyone, guys. I just want to chill by myself today. I'm feeling quite drained from today, so I just want to chill by myself. I'll do a chill, calm cast, and just hope you guys will enjoy it. I will explain a lot of things, just analyze and things like that, and we'll do it in a calm, presenting manner, elegant manner. Co-casting with chat. I'm casting with you guys. Co-cast with Hikaru. Right, boys. I know Magnus Carlsen is streaming as well now at the moment. I was watching a minute of him earlier. He was muted at the start of the stream. It was full disaster. So follow-up wise, both of them are dropping down farms, preparing their economy. Both of them have one range as well. I don't really like these range positions when you place them inside your base. Like Slam placed a range there. It is because the militia of MBL was outside his base, but you always want them towards the front or as part of your wall somewhere, just to provide more security. And it's a very what's the word? It's a very passive game now for both players because both are fully walled. Both of them have the men arms out on the map and cannot really do damage. Villager count, MBL has 1 more. And army count, MBL has 3 more as well. So MBL seems to have transitioned well out of this. And 1 range for the time being for both. He's doing a second lumber camp now. Slam already has a second lumber camp. And MBL did get the first decent hit with the archers here. MBL is kind of... This is scary for MBL. He doesn't have a lot of army there. And he is potentially gonna get trapped by the men arms. But actually it looks like Slam thinks better of it and goes forward with those. Again, this is an army that is not going to do much damage. It's just an army simply to buy time and be annoying and just keep Slam's army at his base. So 1 range blacksmith is the approach for Slam. Let's see if MBL goes for... He goes for blacksmith as well. So they're pretty much playing identical games right now. Again, these are things that are a little bit annoying, but then again, it's just 2 archers. They're not going to accomplish too much here. And Slam is very likely to clean this up now with better military, more archers, and he's going to have faster fletching as well. Vicky3, thanks for the 12 months, by the way, with the Prime. Appreciate that. Happy birthday to us, indeed. Will this double as giving you stuff to coach Slam on? I'm not sure if this Showmatch qualifies as a game where I can go into depth and like analyze in order to help Slam improve.
Great to see you back and well.
We'll see though. Soham Yasu, thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. Appreciate that. I am happy to be back. So MBL is going for the... He went for the... Okay, so just to explain how MBL played this so far. He obviously didn't invest too much in tech. He didn't even do fletching. The archers are fully unupgraded. He didn't do men at arms. He's playing very, very greedy, knowing that he has been safe behind his walls and that he had military on the map, enough to buy time no matter what Slam would have done. So what MBL used this for is to go to cast stage much faster. At the same time now he's building up an archer army in the base, and he's gonna be active with his crossbows in early cast stage. So he does have a time window in early cast stage where he can do a lot of damage, right? Slam, on the other hand, is on the way to cast stage as well. Slam will have a better economy now because Slam has wheelbarrow, MBL does not. And now Slam knows the army of MBL. He might try to sacrifice these and just let them go. Slam is going for an eagle play here, so they are choosing different options. Slam is going triple barracks, full eagles. This is a very interesting choice, but my worry about this right now is that the walls he has are palisade walls. You can see he's already reacting with a tower because he thinks that he's going to be exposed to these early crossbows, and he is probably right about that. He's only 50% on the way to cast stage. Even though he has 3 barracks producing eagles, they produce really slow in feudal age, and in cast age he will need some time to actually get his army going. Hey Viper, I'm watching you stream for the first time. Hello dude, hope you enjoy it dude, welcome. So MBL does have the early initiative now. The tower for Slam worked out perfectly. MBL will have to circle all the way around and go to this angle to get some damage in. He still has a time window before Slam gets full eagles out. So he's actually choosing to just go for farms. Let's see if he adds economy. He also went for university and ballistics really fast. Now adding a town center. So I think all in all it's still a fairly equal game. MBL is going to pull slightly ahead of economy, but once you get like 10-15 eagles and you take one good fight, that's when the eagles really start snowballing. There's a hole in the lumber camp. Huh? I'm not sure what lumber camp you're seeing.
Your knowledge of the game is beyond this world. I enjoy your casting so much.
Milan Losik, thank you very much for, I assume that's $10. I appreciate that a lot. I'm glad you're enjoying it, dude. There was a donation earlier as well with $10, which I completely scattered, like scrapped. QQQQ donated $10 earlier asking about me and T90's feud. There isn't a feud. Thank you very much for the donation. I'm sorry for my I was trying to joke that away. I hope you don't mind, but I appreciate the donor earlier. So yeah, Slam is going really heavy for 1 TC play. 20 on gold, which means he's going to be able to keep his eagle production going really hard. And he has enough now. Once he gets +2, which he has already, these eagles plus the 4 archers should clean up MBL's army. MBL might make a decision to jump in here. Oh, he decides to hide in the corner, and he's gonna get a decent trade here. One thing to notice as well, that MBL realized that he's not gonna get a lot of damage, so he did delay ballistics. And Rada went for the town center. And yeah, Slam is gonna have a really nice cleanup here. So it's on Slam now to actually make the damage. I would say the natural transition for Slam now is, since he is so heavily invested on gold, first of all, this is way too oversaturated. He will have to move some of those villages there on this gold. But you can already see, he knows now he took a good fight. He wants to go forward, make a siege workshop, and start applying the pressure. The problem for him, however, is that MBL still has a big army. These are 16 crossbows with ballistics now. +1, +2, so they're going to be able to pick off the villager to begin with. Yeah, that's really painful for Slam. Actually, the villager survives, but Slam does not have enough eagles here to jump on this. This is easy for MBL to micro. So these are pretty much just wasted eagles of the Slam at the moment. He is committing on it though, which I find strange, because you usually don't want to take these types of fights unless you have a big number advantage of the eagles. Like, I think MBL will be happy with this, the fact that he's thinning out the eagle numbers. So I think MBL is happy with this trade. He got into a real nice position now with the house as well. Oh, Donny Nardoni, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs, man. Appreciate that a lot. As you can see here now, MBL is also denying the siege workshop completely. This was a really good minute. A really good minute for MBL, and questionable decision for Slam to jump on and force the issue. I guess Slam felt like he was behind, which he was correct in assuming, and jumped on the army and hoping he can hoping he could snowball that into his favor. But I'm afraid this turns out to be a mistake from Slam. He's still sticking with the 1 TC play. I think this is the right call for him now. Just go for the 1 TC play, go all out, make a siege workshop here, get a mangonel out, and then try and build this up again afterwards. But yeah, if Slam just kept his eagles alive, he would have had a way bigger army, make a safer workshop, and then make mangonels. Then he could have snowballed it. He's now 10 villagers behind, which is not a big deal. Slam still has a chance. He just needs one big fight to go his way, and then he has a good chance still. This is now open. There is no tree anymore there, but Slam notices. He knows this is coming probably as well, so he's gonna have to evacuate there. Nelson, thanks for 36 months, dude. He was making an outpost there, so his spider sense was definitely tingling, but this is really painful. MBL is doing a really good job microing here. He's gonna pick off 7-8 villagers. Was that 8 villagers, I think? There's now a 22 villager difference. So Slam is now put in a really tough position where he has to like go super all in now in order to, like, he has to clean up this crossbow army and then kill MBL at his base. The thing MBL is doing right now, he's just staying in position in the back of Slam's base. He's gonna just micro and take as good a trade as he can. He knows he's gonna lose his army, but he's taking as much value as he can from it. And I'm gonna jump quickly to his base and show you that he's adding eagles and crossbows still at his base. So even when he loses his army, he's still having a really good trade. And by the time Slam's counterattack comes in, MBL already has a better army. Good micro by MBL again, dodging the mangonel shot, making the mangonel hit more eagles of Slam. Really well executed attack by MBL here to get maximum value out of those crossbows. Yeah, you can see here how Slam is doing this. He's still 100% committed. Really nice peck from Slam here. That's something that can definitely turn this into Slam's favor. This is Slam's moment now. He cleaned the army. He has the military lead now. And there's a castle coming. Slam needs to deny this castle. If this castle goes up, Slam cannot make anything happen. There's a 30 villager difference. And Slam sees the castle now. There is a mangonel on the way. But the castle is already halfway there. Oh, MBL deleted this. This could be a big mistake. He doesn't have Eagle Warrior yet. He only has Eagle Scouts, which is the Feud Lady Scouts. And the castle is 88%. You would imagine he can finish this. Nice first shot, but 99. It's gonna go up, and that should be everything Slam has to offer. Immediate production of Jaguar Warriors as well for MBL. So the castle came up at just the perfect time. And that brings us to a 1-0 for MBL. That was a really mirror type of game where I think if we go back here a little bit to the first game or the early game, MBL invested into minimum amounts of units, minimum amounts of technology, and transitioned that into a faster castle age. And that castle age gave him the early lead of keeping map control, getting his eco running, forcing Slam to stay at his base. And it was just really well executed in terms of micro, taking cost-effective trades, and so on. So really well played to MBL here. Slam had a time window there where he could do something, but once the siege rush up here got denied by MBL, that's kind of where it, kind of where the momentum from Slam was non-existent. Gnurg, thanks for the prime. Khaled Denson, thanks for the sub as well. Dondin Ardoni, thanks again for the 5 gift subs. There was one moment as well here where there was like 8 eagles of Slam and like 14 crossbows of MBL. And it was a questionable decision in my end that Slam jumped on those crossbows. MBL just microed nicely, jumped in between the house and palisade wall, had his town center help out. And that was a really effective trade for MBL, which also thinned out the numbers of eagles so much that Slam lost all momentum there. So really well played by MBL the first game. It was very equal until a certain point. MBL just made slightly better decisions in the early game, I would say. And from that point forward, he took the advantage from there and just snowballed it into his favor. The eagle player is usually the guy that has to be aggressive as well. And how many times was Slam the aggressive player here? Only at the end, when he resigned, was he the aggressor in this game. And that tells you everything about how well MBL did here in order to maximize his position. 30 villager lead, he had a castle up, technology as well. Like that 1.5 minutes faster to castle age just gave MBL all the time in the world he needed to transition as he wished. Food eco as well, everything was in favor of MBL. KD better for Slam though, to be fair, but what units did they lose? That's the thing. So that brings us to 1-0 for MBL. As we know, game 2 is going to be, I'm not familiar with it, I have to go here to see the settings. Gold Rush. Game 2 is Gold Rush, so we can kind of start thinking about what civs they're going for. They have already started, so let's jump in. Never mind that. Have they started? Slam vs MBL Arabia. Oh, I tried to join the lobby probably. My bad. Do you think a 6 Starcraft player would transition to AV2 well? Mechanically, yes, but there's so much to learn about the game, depth in terms of strategies, knowledge, all that stuff, that I think it would still take a long time for any high-level player to reach a high level in the game. What strategy would you start with to transition to Cav Archers in late Castle or Imp for civs like Maggot, Turks, or Tatters? Scouts is always a very good opening if you want to transition to Cav Archers, because you have the stable for Bloodlines and Husbandry. Let's switch the scene, apologies. Alright guys, tomorrow I have a really cool stream. It's a lot of tournament games tomorrow, but we have a sneaky, exciting surprise that I'm gonna sneak in tomorrow. So you guys should stick around for that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Why you know have your dad overlay? I haven't. I should probably talk to them and ask him if I can have that. That would make sense actually. Right now we're just plugging with the regular overlay. So let's look at the game then. We have Vikings for Slam and Khmer for MBL. Very interesting. Civ picks here. I obviously love Khmer, but Vikings is one of those civilizations that are so hard to play against because of their early economy, right? Khmer have been nerfed as well most recent patch, so the farm bonus of Khmer isn't as strong as it used to be. And obviously Vikings get free wheelbarrow, which is a huge upgrade. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm mostly curious about MBL's strategy choice here. He has a real nice map, good wood lines. The front is a bit open, but that's how Gold Rush is supposed to be. Or the Hidden Cup Gold Rush anyway. He has a nice gold that he can secure quite easily. Second gold as well. So a very nice gold map for MBL. Is this open? I wonder if there's a tile there, because this gold might be bugged for Slam. But there is a chance there's a tile between those that is open. I think there is actually. But yeah, MBL has a really nice backstone there as well, for free. So good for him. Let's look at Slam's map. Slam's map is way worse, simply because of the gold position. Look at his 4-tile gold. It's at the bottom of a hill. And that's... Imagine MBL pushing from this hill. It's so hard to defend those types of hills. Like, I think there is a gap between, guys. I think he has access to it. Yeah, there should be a gap between. Secondary gold as well. He can sort of wall like across here towards the relic and then downwards, but it's still far away from his base and is very open and very exposed. So map advantage definitely in favor of MBL. Maybe there is something with the yellow color in the maps, eh? Yeah, the yellow map packs, right? MBL is already preparing his wall off. He's got very easy wall up there as well. Like, he wants to secure this gold, right? That's the gold he wants to go for in order to develop his game. Strategy-wise, Slam did open with 3 on wood, which usually indicates either a drush or just feudal edge play. Not drush, sorry, men at arms or feudal edge play. He did add another one now though, so that could maybe be a switch to a drush instead. The distance from their bases are quite far though, so a drush would take quite some time to get over and probably run into a wolf at the same of it. Why gold? What game might be? What do you mean? This is Gold Rush. I didn't really talk about the map. Gold Rush is a map where you don't have too much gold in your own base. They only have 7 tiles each. And then the rest of the gold is positioned in the middle. And this is usually where the fight is all about. You guys want the music off? Is it loud? Put it down to 13. I feel naked without some noise. One sheep for Slam for MBL there. Slam could take it in theory, but I don't think he will. There was no laming in this game either. MBL definitely tried though. He was over there quite early. And MBL has already scouted, very importantly, both goals of Slam. He knows both Slam goals are very exposed. And I would imagine that that's something that is on MBL's mind that he wants to punish. So we saw Slam did add a 4th village to Lumber Camp, and therefore he's switching to a Drush by the looks of it. He hasn't started producing those, so it might still be Men at Arms. I know Slam is a big fan of Men at Arms openings. So yeah, we still don't see any production there, so looks like a Men at Arms opening for Slam. MBL did get a hit on the hill there while he's doing deer, starting with the Khmer farms. 3 farms even. I wonder what MBL is going for here. So Viking is obviously very straightforward, usually drush on Men at Arms into archers, skirms, and then just use your economy to take an advantage and then transition later into either Arbalest or Berserks, something along those lines. Khmer, however, have a versatile tech tree. You can go for stable units, you can go for elephants, knights, scorpions. You also have arbalests and crossbow, etc. So right now it looks like MBL is just walling off. This almost looks like a fast castle build to me from MBL. Still no loom. He has a 3rd villager queue up. Is he gonna go up with... Okay, queued up another villager. I'm wondering if MBL will just wall off, not even do loom, and go straight to castle age. Now queuing up. Yeah, there's no loom. So he knows the distance is so far, right? The MBL is using the distance and just completely walling himself with his safe map. And then he's gonna transition... Yeah, I was gonna say straight to castle age, but then he's sending 5 vills to make a 2nd lumber camp. So this could then be maybe an archer play, something along those lines, because he doesn't need a barracks obviously to make the archery range. Because Khmer have no limitations in terms of, like, there's no steps in terms of building. Normally you need a barracks to make an archery range or a stable, but Khmer can skip the barracks and go straight for the stable. He's gonna finish the wall here as well. I wonder if he has scouted enough to go there. This is usually like, so this is a completely fine wall by all means, right? But what you want to do is wall there when the situation is like this. First of all, then he will have to attack uphill. Secondly, it's further away from your base, so you can transition more, like you can buy more time. If you look at the middle here, Slam is going for 3 militia, that's going to be Men at Arms, and 4 villagers forward. So Slam knows his map is bad, and his reaction to that is aggression. Good thing for Slam is, MBL does not have loom. There is a small time window now for Slam to actually get some damage done. MBL has also been luring deer, so his scout has been inactive and he has no idea what's coming. Now he sees the villagers. That might have been a mistake from Slam to show the vills. Now MBL will just counter tower and he will be fine. Slam could have built the tower a little bit out of the vision here, and therefore caught MBL more off guard, right? Now MBL got to counter tower immediately and he's probably going to be fine. MBL also went straight for a stable, so he's going to go for scouts, which is also a typical opening of Khmer. He has 600 food in the bank already. This just shows you this crazy Khmer economy. Now the issue I see now for Slam is that he has a tower up, but he can't do anything with it, right? This tower just forced the counter tower from Mbl. He will slow down Mbl a little bit, but in theory he's not really going to accomplish much here. Mbl has queued up 4 scouts already, so he's going heavy into scout play. Slam didn't, he's doing men at arms now, so he's committed on that. He has not added a spearman either. Normally you would usually add a spearman into this mix. Oh, he's gonna jump through the house. Mbl being sneaky here, jumping through the house. He has scouts out now as well. The men at arms upgrade is gonna come in, and they do have extra HP since he's Vikings. But what you really want to see here is a spearman in the mix. Normally, when the other guy is going for scouts and you are forward, you want to mix in 1 spearman at least to help deal with the scouts. The spearman is coming now. But the common thing is usually to mix in 1 spearman before doing the middle arms upgrade. Because now it's quite tough. Mbl has a lot of vills around. He can micro and jump into houses all the time to garrison. He has 4 scouts as well. So until the spear comes, Slam's army is vulnerable. Now he is forcing a lot of idle time from Mbl. And he obviously has wheelbarrow for free here, Slam. So I don't think Slam should be too unhappy with how this is going so far. But at the same time, he's not really accomplishing much either, right? And there is 4 vills of Slam as well, being constantly idle. There are spearmen in the mix now as well, which forces Mbl back. Mbl might have to drop an archery range now, unless he is just counting on a tower defense in order to be fine here. He should be safe, get all the villagers away, unless Slam does some nice micro here. He can just jump into the houses, right? And there's another tower going up, and Mbl, he does not have enough stone to counter tower yet. And if Mbl loses this stone, he's trying to force the stone now in order. He's gonna force drop the stone and make his own counter tower. And yeah, this is desperate action now. Okay, he does have a lot of scouts in back though. Again, this is super scary for Slam. If this goes wrong at any step, he's gonna lose everything he has because of the scout amount. So Mbl should get a tower up, but the thing is, Slam could just fall back and do a tower maybe here, and he will still deny the stone. And Mbl will then have to move out to either of these stones, which are outside of his walls. Oh, I like this move by Mbl as well. It's using the houses, the Khmer bonus. He's jumping in and out of the house and taking out the tower. So really nice move by Mbl again. Again, he's just lurking with the scouts outside. He wants to catch this army completely. He does not want to counterattack. I mean, Slam is super open, so there would be a lot of potential there. But Mbl wants to kill this. Mbl does not want to counterattack. He wants to clean the whole forward. Slam is mixing in 2 spears though, so once these spears arrive, the scouts can no longer do any more damage. Nice 2 free hits there for Slam, making all the scouts actually quite low HP. And I wonder if Slam... Okay, so Slam is just kind of evacuating this. He might do a tower in the middle and take gold in the middle. I would have liked to see him just fall back and do a tower maybe here to deny the stone still. Mbl picking off 1 spear, losing 1 scout for the trade. Now just running around. So Slam is completely open. Obviously the mobility of Mbl is going to come into effect here a lot. Probably he should make a wall off there, just to make sure Mbl cannot run through there. He's choosing to wall there instead, which is also fine. But if there is a gap there, there might be a gap over the stone and in the corner there as well. So Slam now towering the middle and probably going to take gold there. Let's look at their economies. Quite similar. There is obviously a villager similarity here, but I think... Oh, Slam needs to repair. Slam, you need to repair. Oh no, that's huge for Mbl. Slam did not spot that. He might actually get a really good trade here though. And he actually gets out of there. That was quite strange. I mean, there was a spearman on the way and he would have been able to kind of stay cornered here and fight 1 scout at a time. So nice save there by Slam. Again, just Mbl being very active with his scouts. Mbl is going really heavy into feudal age here. It's mixing in skirmishes as well now and going heavy on the scouts still. I played 1 game against Mbl a while back where I was Koreans and went for like a tower rush YOLO. What Mbl did then was just go full feudal age, send scouts, send villagers, and just like rush down everything with vills and just completely crush me like that. I feel like Mbl is going for something similar here. Slam is adding a market, so Slam will be looking towards Castle Age. I'm not sure what his follow-up will be there. He's evacuating this gold because he probably doesn't feel safe with it anymore. His gold income is going to be in the middle now. But I think Mbl is going for the same. I think he's going to rush the tower with villagers, and he's going to have skirms and scouts ready to pick off whatever is left. And he has a huge military lead, so I think this is a very nice and good move by Mbl. He's now doing forging as well, so he wants to maximize the damage output. He's gonna take Slam off the gold completely. He's also gonna counterattack after that to hit the golden stone of Slam. So Slam thinks he's safe, right? Slam has a tower. Usually, if you have a tower, you're safe. But Mbl is committing so heavily to this, and Slam is gonna get so caught off guard now. He's not even able to get into the tower, so he can't garrison. Oh, he got one villager in, but he's gonna lose all the others. This is a really nice move by Mbl here. Catching Slam completely off guard. He's gonna take down the tower, and he's gonna switch that into aggression again. There are spearmen here for Slam though. So Slam can still get a decent trade, but I don't think he can save this situation anymore. He's repairing the towers, and the tower is staying alive for now. But, oh, barely. Yeah, oh, Mbl took the hill. He has forging, he has bloodlines. He's cleaning up everything, and he's just taking a huge lead here. Slam is on the way to Castle Age, to be fair, but he got caught really off guard there. That was a really nice play by Mbl. Really good strategy, really good execution. He dealt with the forward well, and he just played a really good strategy to counteract what Slam was doing. That was really on point for Mbl, really on point. He reacted well to Slam's aggression. He used his bonus as well with jumping in and out of houses. Obviously a solid eco behind that. He did have a good map, to be fair, but still very nice reactions, and adding the skirms to deal with the spearmen, adding more and more scouts with bloodlines and forging, and then just jumping on the tower here. Of course, Slam was a little bit punished by a poor gold position, so he was relying on the tower in the middle and the gold there in order to take gold, but obviously Mbl really punished him from that. You guys are saying way too early GG. Let's think a little bit about this. If he carries on playing here, so Slam has less villagers at the moment, and he has no gold access. What's going to happen right now is Mbl is going to send this army forward. Mbl is already taken stone. He's going to send this army forward. He's going to make sure Slam cannot take this gold. He's going to make sure Slam cannot take this gold. And Slam is transitioning to Castle Age with no military, no transitions. So it is really tough. There's literally, I would say the chances of Slam winning this game is probably like 3%. It's a really justified GG call. It seems early in theory, but if you look at all the factors playing in here, it's the game, in my opinion, is completely over. Great awareness by Mbl. The only gold Slam had was in the middle, so his faster castle does nothing. Spot on, indeed. Am I correct in assuming it was stupid to only build single towers and then give them up instantly? I think the biggest mistake from Slam here, if we're going to look at this critically, is that he showed his tower early. Like, Mbl didn't have scouting intel. Slam could have built the tower outside of the range of Mbl and then had it be a surprise. But he did show the tower, which allowed Mbl to counter tower immediately. And yeah, singular towers. But Mbl did a good reaction to all the towers of Slam. And the only thing I would have liked to see would be a second tower here, maybe to deny the gold. But that's the thing. That's why Mbl did a really good job, because he denied the trickle of towers, right? If there's like suddenly 2, 3, 4, 5 towers in a row, that's when it becomes a problem. But Mbl denied that. And obviously his strategy caught him completely off guard, so really well played by Mbl here. Mbl is looking really sharp so far with his strategies, with his civ picks, and his gameplay in general here. There's not too much to see from the stats. It's pretty much what we have been looking at here. So that brings us to a 2-0 for Mr. Mbl. Game 3 is Acropolis, by the looks of it. We'll just jump in right away. I'm going to grab some water quickly here. Give me 1 second. Right, we have more than 1 second. The game isn't started yet. Grandmaster Wookie, thanks for the prime. Johnny Boy, thanks for the prime. Hyde, appreciate it. Gnurg, thanks for the prime. Why no co-cast? I don't want to co-cast with anyone today. I just want to chill by myself, and I'm feeling a little bit drained from today, so I just want to be chill with myself. Sorry for those who wants to see co-casters, but if you're watching with me, you're stuck with just me. How did your surgery go? It went very well, I think. I'm still recovering, so I'm not sure exactly like what the final verdict is going to be, but I'm feeling good. So, Acropolis. Mbl got housed. That's something that shouldn't happen when you're Mayans, because you enter the game knowing you're Mayans, So the first thing you do is loom. You don't get housed. So Mines against Slam has gone for Khmer now. So Slam is going for the save MBL had last games. Acropolis, for those who don't know the map, you start on sort of a plateau. On the top of a plateau, each of you have access to scattered woodlines. Obviously, they're not the greatest woodlines, so you're kind of encouraged to move down to the low ground, where is better woodlines, but you also are more exposed or vulnerable to attacks, right? I want to point out MBL is already going for the lame. He just scouted and found his first buffaloes, and now he's going for the lame. So he's definitely out for blood right now. He wants to end this series with a 3-0. I seriously don't want any co-caster. This is pure analytics of the game, and that is so entertaining. I'm glad you like it, dude. I'm glad you like it. We're going to cast in German in the future. No. So, good thing for Slam here is... Wait, Slam? I think he spotted the eagle, right? Both his... thing is, MBL saw that Slam saw his eagle, right? Which is why MBL was hesitant here with taking the hippo. Now they're kind of doing a dance where Slam knows the eagle's there, eagle knows the scout is there. I find it very strange that Slam is moving away right now. He notices right away that MBL actually goes for the elephant. This is so risky by MBL. This is so risky. The scout is close, so I still imagine Slam might be able to deny this. In which case it would just be wasted HP for the eagle of MBL. And MBL, again, still hasn't found his buffaloes, extra resources. So there's a big chance this is gonna hurt for MBL. So it's just a micro dance now. Slam is trying to block the rhino, while MBL is trying to keep it within, keep it interested. Did find 2 extra buffaloes there, so that's very nice for MBL. Nice micro by both players right now, but yeah, Slam was successful. And wonder if MBL will go for the rhino again. I don't think so, but it would be an MBL move to do. Nice by Slam taking the hill there. I mean, the eagle will still win the fight because the eagle is stronger in the Dark Age. He has 1 extra attack. So Slam cannot fight him, but at least he secured his boar, so he won't be at a deficit when it comes to that. Again, Slam is trying to micro. I'm not sure if I like this. He's just sort of wasting HP, and usually the scout, especially hitting feudal age, is more valuable than an eagle. So I wouldn't recommend that people fight the eagle in feudal age if you can avoid it. But Slam keeps trying. He takes the hill advantage. This is nice micro by him now, though. That was really good by Slam, actually. MBL kept chasing, trying to get the hill, but since Slam has more mobility, Slam just always kept running back to the hill, and Slam's gonna get the kill now. So very well done by Slam. He got the kill, and that is a lot of value. MBL still hasn't found one of his buffaloes, but that's it. He knows where everything else is, so it's not the end of the world for MBL, but definitely a great start here for Mr. Slam. So yeah, to finish off regarding the map again, both players start on a plateau, quite far from each other. It also makes it really hard to push because you always are kind of pushing uphill, and you don't have you have a bonus when you're fighting from the hill and downwards, and you have a disadvantage fighting uphill then as well. I'm getting compliments here on my casting. Are you guys? Should I stop playing Go Caster? I'm seriously considering it. I'm losing so many tournaments these days that I think casting is my future. So from now on, the only guy who can scout is Slam, right? And he might actually find the buffalo. So Slam has a really comfortable position right now, where he can kind of dictate how he wants to play this game. Like, he can scout everything that MBL is doing and kind of act on that. And he is going to find the buffalo. Very nice for Slam here. He's going to take that buffalo, send it all the way home. So Slam will always have the intel and know what MBL is going for. But MBL won't have any knowledge or information on what Slam goes for. So as we said in the last game, Slam is Khmer. He can usually... Khmer tends to go for a scout opening or something like a double range opening. He's going for the low ground now. He went up with 20 population. He also did loom. Usually when you kill the scout of your opponent, you can also kind of skip loom because there's no early risk usually in feudal age, especially when you're going up so fast that Slam is right now. 20 pop. He's gonna drop a stable probably and go scouts. Slam is a very good scouts player. It's been kind of his bread and butter ever since the good old Huns days. Mbl, on the other hand, is kind of walling off. He's investing 3 villagers right now to walling. Let's see what he has queued up here. Preparing the wall up here as well. He will finish that. And he's still in the Dark Age. 23 pop. He's also queued up even more vills. So to me, it looks like MBL wants to go straight to Castle Age. And on the other hand, Slam is gonna play scouts. I'm not sure if I like scouts here. Like, Slam is scouting. I'm saying a lot of scouts now. Slam is scouting that MBL is fully walling. So a scouts play might not make too much sense. Slam chooses... He scouts this, obviously, and he's making this decision based on his scouting. He is going forward with 4 villagers. How do I like this? I'm not sure. Mines have cheap walls, and the fact he's gonna forward mines... MBL would love to go on stone, and MBL would love to make a tower defense into plumed archers. So Slam, I feel like Slam is kind of giving MBL a type of game he wants right now. MBL is still in Dark Age though, he still hasn't... What? He has queued up 4 more villagers knowing Slam is in Feudal Age, and Slam has been gone up so fast that the aggression coming in is definitely to be expected. This is actually really risky by MBL. Usually when someone hits Feudal Age that fast, your instant reaction should be like, okay, I need to go to Feudal Age. MBL, okay, now he's queuing up. I think he realizes the aggression is coming. Slam obviously went for a stable, so he's gonna mix in some scouts. I think I would have rather liked to see some, like an archery range and a few archers from Slam with this, because MBL is fully walled. But still, tower is coming up, MBL is trying to wall, so Slam cannot do a tower hop. The way it works is that if you're garrisoning in a tower, you can usually just teleport over to the inside the enemy base as long as it's on the corner. The tower is up, and Slam should be able to maybe break in. MBL almost... This village has 17 HP, 17 food in the bank as well. Okay, she's safe. You can see that Slam's economy is not looking great behind this. He's on the limit with everything, which is how you should play the game. That's obviously good. And Dark Age walls don't have a lot of HP. I think they have 250 HP. Slam's almost in. Slam might even make a decision to just run straight in here. Slam is taking stone as well, so he's going to drop another tower in the face. Well, MBL is investing 6 villagers now to quick wall everything to make sure Slam cannot get in. This aggression is looking really good for Slam right now. And he just is piling on the pressure. MBL wanted to go for a fast castle into plumed archers. Slam is not going to allow that. Slam is going to control both golds now with his tower. And the scouts are still applying pressure. I think Slam should stop scouts production now though. He has done so, I like that. Now the question becomes, how does MBL deal with this? His initial reaction now is a counter tower, but the tower from Slam is already up. So if Slam can break through the walls and get the scouts on the inside, that's gonna be so painful for MBL. I feel like... Oh, MBL, is he really? I thought MBL would delete the wall and just rush this with so many builds. Oh, Slam got in, so the scouts are inside. The tower is almost up though. Tower does go up, and he's mixing in Spearman now. I honestly feel like MBL could just send like 10-15 builds now, clean everything up. And I think that's what MBL should do. He has Spearman, he has enough vills, he can rush this and clean up all the towers, he can clean up everything as long as he sends a lot of vills. He's not opting for that right now. He's getting some good trades here with the Eagles though on the scouts. And he's now, I think he's sending 2-3 vills though. I think he needs to send way more. I think 5 vills is not enough. Nice dance here still. The tower is still alive though from MBL providing arrow fire. So if MBL pulls off this defense, he's going to be looking in a really good position. 2 vills down for Slam, so Slam is down to... Wait, only lost 1 vill. Yeah, Slam lost 1 vill, but suddenly this is... Oh, he walled him in as well! Slam is gonna lose everything he had inside his base, and the scouts got locked outside. This is what I was saying. I think MBL could just rush with villagers. Slam dove too deep, he was getting too fancy with the scouts micro, and MBL punished that to the max. And now, Slam will have many villas. Do you guys get that Somi wordplay there? So this was, first of all, it was a really good aggression from Slam to begin with. I just think he got to analyze Slam's aggression here a little bit. I think again scouts was the wrong decision. I think he would have gotten way more done with range units. Now Slam is obviously stuck. He lost the villagers forward, he lost most of his scouts, he invested a lot into that. To be fair, MBL did have to invest a lot into defending him. His resources are looking really good though, and he might be able to just take stone and gold now and transition to a plumed archers play. which is what I wanted. Slam is now making archer range, another building in the middle of the map. If those plumes start coming out and just runs across around the base of Slam, this archer range is so out of position as well. I'm not a big fan of the position of this archer range. But I mean, Slam still has a decent economy behind this. He is commerce, adding a market as well now. He has moved to gold, so he will transition to Castle Age himself. He probably should move the villagers off of stone and put them on some other resource that can help him further. He's still gonna keep map control with the scouts, and the good thing for Slam is he knows everything MBL is doing. He knows MBL wants to go for a tower, like Plume Dasher transition, so Slam still knows everything that is coming his way. The question now is just, can he actually deal with it? He's 6 villagers behind. He has wheelbarrow though, so more like 4 vills behind. But yeah, MBL again punished the fact that Slam dove a little bit too deep and got a little bit too fancy with the scouts here. He punished that to perfection, and MBL is now looking really good. He might be putting too many vills on wood here, but it's still looking good. He's on the way to Castle Age now, and his stone is also looking good for a straight switch into Plume Dodgers. Why is Slam not walling? Because Slam has the aggression right now. Slam's on the way to Castle Age himself. Did he just garrison vills with Khmer farmers? Oh, that's cute. That's a clear example of old habits die hard. When you're like looking at you're really close to getting to Castle Age, you're like, oh, let's just garrison my food vills quickly to get the remaining food. But Khmer have a civ bonus where they don't need a drop-off point for farms. Actually, really nice for Slam. He got in here. MBL missed out on a quick wall, so Slam got in here and he actually pulled MBL off of stone. This is a very... In theory, it looks like very small. He didn't kill any vills or anything, but he got in and he forced MBL to make a second mining camp and slow down his gold stone income, which means the castle will go up maybe 2 or 3 minutes later, which can be actually huge. That's a really good move by Slam. It looks very small on a larger scale, but it's still a very good move and might have a lot of impact on the actual game. Anyone else thinks 30% price put to a loser in a 1-1 is too much? I'm sure that's something they agreed on themselves. So Slam obviously is super open still, but the reason he is not investing into any walls is again because he knows all the aggression is happening in MBL space. He feels comfortable with that, and he doesn't feel like he needs to wall because he feels safe. MBL is mixing in some Eagle Scouts here. Nice micro from Slam here though, picking off the spear and now trying to get the eagle, but there are more spears coming and 1 more eagle, so Slam should be able to, MBL should be able to clean this up. He is also opting for town center first. I think this reaction also comes from the fact that he got pulled off of stone, right, and couldn't afford a castle. So he is deciding to go for TC first on the gold, and the castle is going to come later. He might even do a second TC extra before dropping the castle. The benefit of this obviously is that his economy is going to kick off a little bit faster, but the military production is going to be heavily in favor of Slam for a long time here. Idle build here for Slam. Slam does have wheelbarrow, yes, so the villager difference isn't as big. Obviously Slam lost those forward vills, which is why he's behind, but the villager difference is more like 5-6 rather than 8. So second TC up from MBL is also going for monasteries. He wants to start picking up those relics, and this is also a good thing in case... Oh, MBL did go for a TC on the low ground. Slam almost punished it though. So really good timing for MBL here to get the TC up. He's looking pretty good now. He has the stone for a castle. Question is, where does that castle come? Does he make it on the low ground? Does he make it on the high ground? Most likely scenario is that this is where Slam is going to put pressure. Slam might make a seed workshop and start making some rams or scorps. So MBL is going for the low ground castle in order to stay safe. So the monastery, again, he wants to pick up relics, but it's also a nice tool to convert knights or elephants. It's just gonna wall up again. I mean, mines have cheap walls. MBL is completely safe here. MBL is looking in a really good position here now. He has 8 more vills still. He's got 2 monks on the way. He has a castle on the way, so he's gonna get Plume Dasher production. And Slam is like desperately trying to get something done with his military, but there isn't really too much to do here. He does have 3 TCs himself though, and you can never underestimate the Khmer economy. I just think MBL will have a way better army composition going forward. It's still a very close game though, by all means. Shinuito, thanks for the 33 months by the way. At least you have a retirement plan as a caster. Thank you, man. We got a conversion here as well, one knight converted for MBL, so MBL is looking great right now. MBL has been really on point this whole series so far. He has punished the aggression of Slam really nicely, besides the first game where MBL was more the aggressor. So MBL has been playing really well so far. Fraffen, thanks for €2. We love you casting, we love you playing, we love you. Thank you, man, appreciate that. Punked, thanks for the sub. We also had Hilkebron coming in with a tier 2 sub. Thank you very much for that one extra tier, dude. Appreciate that a lot. What does Slam have inside here? He's making knights there. So he's opting to stick with the knights. He does have bloodlines, he does have 1+1 armor. Like MBL is just playing a very passive economy-based game right now. Slam is investing into +2 armor now as well. It's just looking really good for MBL at every possible way. Slam is catching up a little bit in bills, so that's obviously good for him, but the plume numbers are up now, there's some monks out. And like I said, composition-wise, I think plumed archers and monks will be better in the long term. The thing I really like to do as Khmer in this situation is mixing in some Scorpas. You guys might know that. Oh, really nice from Slam here. There are 2 monks though, so this fight might suddenly switch into MBL's favor really fast. He got 1 conversion, and I think MBL is really happy with that. This kind of forces Slam to stay away. Slam cannot really attack here. He's starting to mix in some scouts now, adding a second stable. I still think mixing in a couple of scorpions is something Slam should really consider. Villager count is very close right now. The thing is though, MBL is also making a cheaper army. And Slam is making scouts, he's making knights, he has a lot of expensive upgrades. Well, MBL, he's doing botkin arrow now and he's making plumes. At the same time, MBL does have 23 farmers. Nope, that's Slam. MBL does have 29 farmers, which is a really good number as mines, because that means your transition to Imperial Age is going to be really fast. It's looking really, really promising for MBL. Oh, this is a huge mistake by MBL actually. He was just moving there, not patrolling at all. And Slam is releasing the scouts on the top side, trying to pick off the monks. I don't know if Slam has husbandry. He's doing light cavalry as well now. Picked up 1 monk, he's gonna pick up the second monk as well. So this was a really good minute for Slam here, where he picked up the monks and got some really good trades with the plumed archers as well. However, if you look at the resources of MBL, he's already sort of building towards that Imperial Age. And that's gonna be a big time window where Slam is gonna have a really hard time to deal with that, because Slam is still investing heavily into Castle Age with all its resources. You can see he has 3 stable knights production. He has less farms than MBL even, and the thing is, if you are making food units that cost food, and you have less farms than the guy who's making units that cost wood and gold, the Imperial Age time is going to be huge difference. It's going to have a huge difference. MBL obviously is doing wheelbarrow now, so that's a little bit hurtful for him. He's doing a castle on the plateau as well to make sure his base is impenetrable. You can see now he has a really nice setup with the 2 castles on the edge of the map and able to just control the hilly area. MBL is pretty much ready to click the... Wait, did he cancel wheelbarrow, or had he just queued it up later? I guess he just queued it up later. He's gonna be on the way to Imp. Slam is doing a castle himself. Slam is actually not looking too far as well. I think actually it helps that he's housed right now, which means he cannot produce anything. So he might be heading towards Imperial Age quite fast himself. As you can see, he also cancelled all the production. He's not producing any more villagers. That is to kickstart this Imperial Age. He has gotten more farms up and running now as well, so we will be going into an Imperial Age with fairly equal terms. The main issue here for Slam is that MBL is picking up the relics, so he's going to have a relic lead, and MBL has a way cheaper military, more cheap and also more cost-effective military for this matchup. MBL needs to play plumed archers and maybe halberdiers. That counters almost everything Khmer can cost-effectively throw at you. Like ideally, Khmer can play full battle elephants and full heavy scorpions, but that is so expensive, you need such a big economy for that, that is not sustainable in a 1v1. But MBL wants to play halbs, plumes, maybe eagles, and that's all very cost-effective, very cheap army that all is very like viable and sustainable. MBL has 10 villages more as well, 9 villages actually, well 10. So it's looking very, very good for MBL here. Mixing in a range now, he wants to do thumb ring, finalize all those upgrades for the plumes. He's missing the armor upgrade. He's doing if you look at the blacksmith, you can see he's queued up infantry upgrades. There's already a pikeman on the way, he's adding more barracks, so he's just moving towards that counter for Slam's units. think Slam probably needs to mix in skirmishers as well. Nice moves from MBL. He's just microing, being active with his units. Slam could try to jump on this. Like, if both these armies just fight, Slam's army wins. But it's the mobility and the micro potential of the range units here that is making MBL feel confident about this. So Slam is actually hitting Imp quite a bit faster than MBL, which is quite surprising to me. Makes me wonder if MBL queued up Imperial Age in the wrong town center, and probably after Wheelbarrow. Because MBL had the resources earlier, so it's a bit strange that Slam is 50% faster. There's 2 relics for MBL and 0 for Slam at the moment. Slam immediately going for the last armor upgrade. Not really showing anything in the stable yet, so... Yeah, the tough thing for Slam is here to figure out what army composition is his winning army composition here. He added another stable, so the Cavalier investment is what he's sticking with for now. So Slam is kind of on a timer here, I think, where he needs to make the most out of his 20 Cavaliers that he's going to have. He might be able to pick up this army, which is definitely a good start. Mbl is about to scout this as well, so this is really, really vulnerable for Slam here. Trebs as well, but MBL again has the transition ready already. He is losing pikemen. He's gonna do halberdier, and well, this is a really nice pickup for Slam. He should be able to kill all these plumes. But the thing is, even though he kills all of this, he's still gonna be in a tough position composition-wise. MBL has a 30 population lead with cheaper, more cost-effective units, and he is in Imperial Age himself now. Slam is sending the Trebs straight for the castle, but is super exposed to all the units. He might just... Okay, he was able to save it. But yeah, Cavalier is in. Actually, I honestly think Slam's only way of winning this is to just dive in here with all his Cavalier right now. He has a lot of resources as well, but he's not producing from all the stables. Might be a hotkey mistake here from Slam. Yeah, Scorps obviously would have been great, but they're so expensive. You need a way bigger economy for this. Slam's eco here is so exposed. He's trying to rush a town center now, but there's plumes coming from MBL that might punish that a lot. And MBL has a really nice set of base with castles everywhere, town centers everywhere, and he has a good army now as well. This town center, Slam needs to put all the villagers. He might lose all. These are... Yeah, Slam is not putting every village. These are 30 villagers. 30 villagers of Slam. This is not something you can afford at this point. Look at the villager count. It was almost the same. And now this is a full-on doubt town center. He has lost 20 villagers in this spot. 20! That is so painful for Slam. And that, if his job wasn't already hard, that's going to make it even more tough. He did mix in some Scorps now. So I kind of like the composition Slam is going for. But this was something he could not afford. Now it's sort of a Treb fight. While both of them are just trying to transition into their military. There are some plumes running around the side for MBL still. Just need a few Cavalier to deal with those, because they are still just Castle Age plumed archers. No armor upgrades, no bracer, no nothing. Good hit though from Slam here. He's taking a 1 Treb, he's gonna take out the 2nd Treb as well. So everything is not lost here. He did take out the Trebs, and Slam does in fact have a score lead. Which is weird, he's a 30 population behind. Imagine if he didn't lose those 20 villas, he would have been in such a healthy position right now. And he would have actually had a really good chance. He's transitioning to the right units. If he had those 20 villagers alive, I honestly think he could have maybe done this. Now, it's still not over by any means. It's still he still has a lot of opportunities here to actually win this game. Viper pointing out the mistakes instead of sending the plumes there was genius. Oh, this is also unfortunate for Slam. He blocked the path here with the Trebs. Oh, this is such bad luck. Now he had to delete the house to get out there, and this is such a good surface area for the halberdiers of MBL to fight in. So really unfortunate positioning here for Slam. Scorpions do a decent job though from the back, but still, no matter what, this is going to be a cost-effective trade for MBL. He's going to take out probably 2 Trebs at least while he's repairing his own castle. MBL! Wakey wakey! Yeah, Slam did clean up that army though, so not too bad. And MBL sent a trebuchet to its death by mistake here. I think Slam also could really use fletching Bodkin Arrow to have the castle make more damage and contribute more. But at the same time, his eco is being raided all over the place, is being idled. He's still been doing a good job making villages behind this, so the villager count isn't too different. But then again, for Mayans, you want to have around 110, 120 vills, because your your army composition is so cheap. Khmer, on the other hand, you probably want 130, 140 bills because your composition is going to be so much more expensive. I really like the outpost from Slam here, the way he's spreading out the outpost. He's getting vision almost everywhere. Slam just really has to figure out how to how to solve the problem of composition right now. He's cleaning up the plumes, so he's fine on that end. But yeah, the main different issue for Slam is the composition. He does have, actually no, +1 bonus range on the Scorps is the Civ bonus, so he doesn't have Siege Engineers. I assume he doesn't have double crossbow either. And you can see his resources are on the limit. He doesn't have the economy required to support a full Khmer post-imperial composition. Some Halbs now in the mix for MBL, providing good support for the plumes. And Slam is jumping on this. The Halbs are not on the front yet. They are getting on the front now, but this is such... Oh, he could have gotten such a good hit there, but he actually probably misclicked the trap there. The Habs were lining up so nicely for the Scorps. They're still getting some good shots here, but I still think this is a trade that MBL will take every day of the week. He's killing so many Cavalier, expensive units from Slam, while he's losing cheap Halberdiers. The Trebuchets are now out on the map as well, and there's simply no coming back from this. Slam felt kind of desperate. He sort of went for it, and unfortunately it didn't work out. Again, I like the reaction of Slam in early Feudal Age, the way he put the pressure on. I just think he got a little bit greedy and dove a little bit too deep, and MBL punished that perfectly. So very well done to him. Raziazik with 100 bits. Hey Viper, have you thought about playing chess on stream one day with Hikaru or Naroditsky? If Hikaru invites me to play chess with him, of course, I'm down for that. But that's easier said than done. But yeah, so a good play from both here. MBL reacted very nicely. He just used his Civ for just the powerful... Like, he used the power of his Civ really well in order to deal with the pressure and the way Slam played Khmer here. So that brings MBL up to a 3-0. A very dominating performance so far. Looking very sharp is MBL. Highlight of this game was definitely when Slam garrisoned the Vills to drop off food. That was cute. You have to do with Magnus then. Well, if Magnus invites me, by all means. AW2JB, thanks for the 20 months. Hello to you as well. Hope you're doing good, my oldest fan. Yeah, great play by MBL. Let's check their economies. KD, very similar actually, but MBL has such a larger army, a more cost-effective army. Food collected more for Slam, which makes sense. He's Khmer and he's depending more on the food for military. And then wood and stone for MBL, while gold slightly in favor of Slam. 2 rags for MBL, 0 for Slam. Village count higher for MBL, which is not something you want when you're playing against mines. Well done, MBL. Taking a convincing 3-0 lead. So this is going to be tough now for Slam. Slam needs to win 4 games in a row to take the series. I'm just checking this to see the map. Game 4 is Cenotes. Cenotes is what we're having coming up here. Let's queue up MBL. We'll wait for him to get going. Maybe Slam is taking a few minutes just to recover a little bit. High level casting, Viper. I'm glad you like it, Mad Chosen. I mean, I'm not usually a caster. I do my best. Guaranteed Mongols. Cenotes. I like a Civ like Chinese there. I like a Civ like Britons. But okay, let me see again what maps are there. There's Cenotes, Land Madness. Land Madness is probably gonna be Slavs or Mongols. Serengeti might also be Mongols. Yeah, I think they will save Mongols. I don't think Cenotes is Mongols map. I think we'll probably see more generic civs like Chinese here. Maybe Franks might also be an option for Land Madness. AW2JB, thank you for 10 euro dono, dude. Appreciate that. What are the best civs for Arena? It depends. There's some rock, paper, scissors civs in Arena, but usually like Aztecs, Malay, Vietnamese. Dicka, thanks for 5 months. Welcome back. Appreciate it, man. I'm happy to be back. Land Madness Teutons, clearly. Yeah, not a bad choice at all. Teutons are really good. So yeah, I'm expecting civs like Chinese for Cenotes, maybe Chinese, maybe Vikings actually for MBL here. Britons is an option. Slam hasn't used Mayans. Mayans could be an option here as well. Invite Eric Hansen to play Age of Empires. If Eric wants to play Age with me, I'm down for that. Alright, so we have the game started. Vikings against Franks. So MBL did go for Vikings here, while Slam opted for Franks. I feel like this is a very good Civ matchup for MBL again. MBL has had a really good Civ matchups, at least, well, actually only the last game. The other games were very equal. But yeah, Franks obviously was a great Civ in Warlord Kingdoms back in the days, but with the melee pathing these days, I'm not sure how well Franks can perform, especially against Vikings. And with MBL playing as sharp as he is right now, Vikings may be favored here. Well, we'll see. Franks still a Civ that is super powerful, you can never underestimate it. So we have again Slam MBL playing with Vikings. Let's have a quick look at its map. 4 gold and 4 stone, actually quite exposed. So not as favorable map for him this time, but he still has really nice woodlines. He can make a really easy arena base here, which I think MBL will have no problem with doing. MBL always finds a nice way to wall his map. On the other hand, we have Slam playing with the Franks. Obviously Franks really powerful, you get free farm upgrades and you get faster foraging. So their early game with Franks is real powerful, especially the Scouts opening. But Scouts opening is not the greatest against Vikings in general. Who is sponsoring the show match? As far as I'm aware, the sponsor wants to be anonymous. So I honestly don't know. I have a question regarding Malay. Can I get your honest opinion? Sure, shoot. Why Hera disappeared? Hera has taken a few days break. He will be back very shortly, I think. So nice map for Slam here. He can easily connect those woodlines to wall off and secure his back gold. He has some deer in the back as well, which Slam is very known for luring deer. He always wants to lure deer and take that early economy boost. MBL might lose his scout here. Actually, this forced idle time for Slam, so not too bad. A lot of times, actually garrisoning to try and kill a scout hurts you. Yeah, Slam doesn't know. Oh, that's really unfortunate scouting for Slam. He went a circle around there and he didn't see the turkeys inside there. So MBL is going to take those and bring them home. A lot of times you won't get too much damage done and you will have like 15 seconds idle time in your town center with villagers. So often actually garrisoning to kill the scout can be a disadvantage. Obviously it wasn't here because he did do a lot of damage to the scout, but MBL now just falls back and starts scouting the rest of his own map. So Slam is down 2 sheep, hurts quite a bit, but Franks are Franks, he can get that back with the berries. He also lured a deer, so he should be okay. We're over 2,900 subs, guys. Thank you so much, guys. That's insane. Thank you so much for... I mean, we're closing in on 3,000 subs, which I think we actually get a new emote slot soon, because we're closing in on the all-time high of subs. And the last time we hit like an all-time high of subs was when Matt Salsa was gifting like a shit ton of subs. So this is actually a more real sub high, and that's really awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Would you do a coaching series like Hera anytime in the future? Never say never, but I'm not a fan of coaching in general because I always feel like I will not teach the person enough. I feel like the person probably expects to learn more in an hour with me than they can actually learn. And therefore I don't like to take, like the price for coaching will be pretty high, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to provide enough of a learning experience than what the guy might be expecting, right? So interesting stuff here. MBL is going for barracks first. He has not done a mill yet. He's going for barracks. So this is going to be a really fast drush to try and catch Slam off guard here. Slam is looking for his 2 sheep. He should realize by now that MBL has stolen them, so he's probably going to just fall back. He's probably going to scout this area and then he's going to lure in the 2 remaining deer. But that could be very painful for him because the drush is going to be a complete surprise for him, since he's just luring deer. Yeah. This can be really rough for Slam actually, because there will be a drush coming his way, like I said, and he will have no scouting intel whatsoever. Jesper has 1,000 viewers and 8,000 subs. Woo! That's badass, if that's the case. 3,000 subs, 24-hour stream. Nope. I would say the opening is looking really good for MBL now. Both of them are doing Loom, have queued up Looms. There might be Feudal Age on the horizon for both. MBL is starting to wall off his base very nicely. Obviously, MBL is not going to go Feudal Age. Just now luring his second boar. It's very late. He is arenaing his base, so he will be completely safe. While Slam wants to go for the typical Frank's play, which is Scouts. MBL has now found the... Wait, what? Where? Oh, there's the militia. I couldn't find them for a while there. Yo, Geotastic, thank you so much for a tier 3 sub. Tier 3 in the house. Dude, Geotastic, that is fantastic. Thank you very much for your generous 2 extra tiers there on top of that. I appreciate that a lot, man. MJ Good, thanks for the prime. So MBL has full intel of where Slam's resources are, the lumber camps, the berries, and he might be able to punish this Baman. Nice scout block here, but Slam could have killed the scout with his will. The scout only has 9 HP, so in theory he could have killed this scout. Slam did get out of it though, so nice move by Slam. But the problem here, I fear, for Slam is that I think he's playing way too textbook. And MBL is really good at punishing that, which he is doing right now. He knows that Slam is Franks, he knows the favorite opening of Franks is scouts. You know what? And scouts cannot teleport past walls. So MBL will be fully walled, and he will buy a lot of time with the Drush, and I don't see Slam doing any damage with the scouts. And like Slam will make a big investment into a stable, into scouts, and he's not gonna get too much done with it, right? And that's the primary issue here. How about getting paid to review recordings? That could be something. That could be like beneficial for teaching and for viewers, a lot of people to learn. But I might have another project on the horizon, guys. We'll see how that plays out. But it's something I've been thinking about, and I might be able to pull it off. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. Alright, Slam again. Slam has been going aggressive 3 out of 4 games so far. Third game is going aggressive. MBL does go for these types of drushes and late feudal ages. And Slam is trying to punish it with aggression and forward play. Yeah. It was open a little bit earlier, but I closed it now. Is it fine? Okay. Alright, so yeah, sorry for that, guys. So yeah, Slam has been trying to punish MBL's greed. It's not really greedy from MBL either, it's just Slam is trying to punish these late feudal ages by going aggressive, and usually MBL is fully walled at any moment that happens. Nice pick up from Slammer, he's gonna pick up all the militia. He lost 1 scout in return, but all in all it's a fairly decent trade. So this is very similar to the Acropolis game now, where Slam has scouts and towers, while MBL did a later feudal age. We have, he's gonna probably house wall there, just doing palisades, okay. MBL has already moved to stone in the back there, that is quite safe. Again, the scouts cannot touch these because they're behind walls. So again, it's the whole thing of Slam having scouts, which cannot really do anything against MBL, and MBL is ready to counter tower with everything. This also reminds me of the Gold Rush game. MBL is just doing counter towers to deal with whatever Slam is doing, and now he's mixing in Spearman as well. I think this is going to be the same. MBL is going to release his spears, and he's going to rush the tower with villagers in his own tower, and this might get real painful for Slam very, very fast here. Slam did give up on that tower, I think it's the right decision, but MBL does have enough stone now to do another tower, so my guess is that MBL will do that. Slam deleted this tower and went even further closer. I'm not sure, this tower is in range of MBL, and MBL is now looking to just jump the tower with his villagers. Okay, so this is again a situation where Slam feels like he's just running around, waiting for data from game server. I guess they're paused. Am I live? I am dropped. I mean, I have internet as well, but for some reason my OBS dropped. That's weird. I mean, I'm recording still, so you guys watching on YouTube or whatnot, you guys can still see this, but... Am I back live, guys? Don't know what happened there. Let me try and refresh. Am I back live? I think I'm back live. Yeah, let me leave map and try to rejoin quickly. I apologize. I'm not sure what happened there. That sucks. Apologies. Let me try and jump in really fast again. Really unfortunate. No, my overlay is a little bit messed up as well now. Should be fine now. Okay. Alright, I'll just fast forward here. Sorry guys, I have no idea what happened. For some reason we dropped. Did you reach 12 on the Vikings? Yes, we did. Crusso, thanks for the prime. Guys, we're just gonna fast forward here and try to catch up ASAP. Pseudo5, thanks for 18 months. I'll resub to the Silver Pleb, even though he still haven't found a third stone head. It's Batman. Guys, I'm really sorry for the drop. Hopefully we can fast forward here and catch up. Internet just disappeared. It was weird because I didn't lose internet. I could still open web pages and whatnot, but my stream dropped for some reason. The woman did not pull the plug. She had internet as well. Like I said, I had internet the whole time. I just couldn't. My stream just dropped. So is there anything we... there's not too much to see. This board time here is a little bit strange. It's a very late second board. Almost 7 minutes as he's taking the second board. You think Slam will go Scouts Towers? Oh yeah? Game dropped too. Yeah, I got dropped from the game. It was very strange. So we're back here. Not too much to see. Slam's gonna send 4 vills. Spawn beat. Thank you for the prime. Are my alerts messed up as well now? It might be that everything is messed up now as well, guys, by the way. I don't know. We'll see. We'll try to make the best out of it. I saw a prime sub in chat, but my Streamlabs did not recognize it, so I don't know. Frozen chat. Feels bad, man. Yeah, we're just gonna have to live with these issues for now, guys. I'll just finish casting the game and we'll try to figure out the issues afterwards. So we had we're almost caught up to where we dropped. So we're pretty close now. I'm not sure. I'll stay on like a little bit faster to try and get up to the live game. Because this is where we dropped, right? So Mbl is fairly safe now. He has the tower. Slam just developing economy behind this. Slam's eco is looking good though. He has a lot of farms. He has villages and stone. I feel like he might be trying to be too aggressive still though. To be fair. He's doing gate now. And now he spotted that MBL is actually doing a tower there. Taking stone there. He might just go back here, count the tiles and do a tower somewhere there. Yeah, I like the tower. This tower will deny any stone access for MBL. So nice move by Slam for sure. Let's see if he can do anything else with it. He's just dancing around with the scouts. But MBL... This is the issue for Slam. He didn't wall in the towers. MBL is doing a perfect reaction here. He knows he's losing control there. But he saw a weakness in Slam's offense here where he was able to recover his front. So MBL again, really nice reactions to the aggression from Slam. And he's dealing very well with all that. MBL's even doing counter aggression. Double range forward and his own tower. If this tower goes up, that's going to idle 5-6 farms of Slam, maybe even 7. And also the stone of Slam. So really nice aggression here from MBL. I like the way MBL is playing this for sure. Slam is just falling back to a lumber camp there, which is fine. He now has more pressing concerns. Again, MBL with the archers. No fletching though, it's on the way. Slam is going for skirm defense. Slam also doesn't have no fletching. And the aggression. This is a huge army from MBL. Let's slow down a bit here. MBL 17 to 7 military lead. So Slam is counting on the tower defense now. And this is looking so dangerous. There's so many spearsmen. MBL has 11 spearmen. What? He's just rushing the tower down. The tower will not survive. There's not enough villagers here to keep this tower alive, even if it goes up. So Slam is like force clicking the tower, right? But it went down as fast as it went up. So the aggression from MBL here is really good. Slam does have spearmen though, skirmishers with fletching, and they are in theory the counter to every unit MBL has. But MBL also has towers, and the pressure from MBL here is really nice. It's idling a lot of economy from Slam, and at the same time, his eco is fairly untouched at home. It's a massive investment though, both for Slam and MBL in the feudal age, as you can see on the resource counter. Both MBL and Slam are struggling. So the goal of this aggression now for MBL is not to kill Slam in any way. It's simply to force Slam's economy off the farms, force MBL just sent that army in there without patrolling or anything, so Slam got some good trades there. He has armor and fletching now on the skirms, which is now the perfect counter to deal with what MBL has. I think MBL is suddenly doing the same thing that Slam did, where he goes a little bit too aggressive, and he might get punished for it. He did attack with archers there on the stone at the same time, so nice multi-prong attacks from MBL. But this is actually this is really good tower from MBL. On the gold, on more farms, and Slam is forced to do a counter tower. Slam looks to be in an okay situation military-wise and positionally in theory, but the pressure from MBL is really good, and Slam won't know when he can stop making army to go to Castle Age. MBL can at any point now just choose to stop making villagers, stop making spears, stop making whatever, and go to Castle Age, while Slam he does not know when the pressure for MBL will stop. So Slam cannot justify to just stop making army at any point right now. If it does, he's just taking a risk and counting on MBL being on the way to Castle Age. Eco is quite nice. He's doing like a line of farming towards the top right here. Let's try to fast forward even more. So Slam is getting really good trades here with the skirms. If you look at the KD, it's 18 to 6, 19 to 6. So the KD is obviously looking really good for Slam. But MBL does, of course, have wheelbarrow for free. I'm not sure if Slam has done it actually. Let's find out. Yep, Slam has wheelbarrow as well. Really nice counterattack. So he drew all the skirms from Slam away from the base knowingly, and then sent his archers in to counterattack on the wood line. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 villagers dead from Slam. And suddenly there's an 8 village difference. Both players are on the way to Castle Age, but another villager goes down. Maybe? No, he survives. That guy doesn't want to die. What a beast! But suddenly MBL has an 8 villager lead. He's gonna hit Castle Age before Slam, and he's gonna have handcart for free. Even denied the second stable, so great move by MBL there. Taking a significant lead in the game. It's weird though, because the score difference is still quite in favor of Slam, but if you look at the scouting... Actually, scouting is quite similar. It's all about the KD, right? Slam has more than twice the KD, and is still trading really well against the archers. But this is the case with Vikings normally. Even though you... with Franks or any other civs playing against Vikings, even though you might take cost-effective trades and get an advantage like that, the likelihood of you being ahead in economy is very low most of the cases, and Vikings just slowly takes control more and more of the game. The tower aggression from MBL is still very nice. This is going to be really annoying for Slam to ever deal with. Crossbow on the way, Bodkin arrow on the way, bowsaw, heavy plow. MBL's economy is going to be really good. He also has almost enough stone to do a castle even. Question now will be if he wants to go for a castle or more town centers. He is doing a siege workshop, so he wants to keep piling on the aggression. He's probably going to be able to pick up these skirms with his crossbows now, while Slam is doing 2 stable knight play. Slam adding town centers, going for an equal approach. And seems like he wants to jump on the crossbows under the towers. I don't think this is a great idea though, because there's enough crossbows to pack a punch, and he can also just jump into the towers. Oh, there is Bodkin arrow as well, right? So really nice micro by MBL there. He's jumping in and out of the tower to make the most out of this damage, and kept 6 crossbows alive. So alerts and everything seems to be working again. It seems like we're back fully operational. If there was any subs there that didn't show up and just showed up in chat, I'm sorry if I missed you. Thank you very much. Bablauko, thanks for the prime. See, chat is also working, so that's awesome. Welcome back, everyone. I'm sorry again for the drop. Probably lost quite a bit of viewers as well with that, but that's all good. Still have a good time here. Is Mbl gonna do? He's doing Mangonel now. He still has a ton of crossbows. I like this move by Slam. He's doing a battering ram just to clean up the archery ranges that are forward. This is the potential negativity of doing forward military buildings because they can be cleaned up. Nice move from Mbl. He's doing a tower there to be able to take out he's doing a town center to take out the tower of Slam and picking up 4 vills more from Slam, putting Mbl at the 15 villager advantage with handcart. This is an insane eco advantage, and he also only had 1 TC for all this time. He's doing a forward castle as well, kind of in no man's land, but it's pretty much just to maintain the position and the aggression on Slam here. Knights got into the base though, so he's getting some villager kills in return. It's only 12-11 difference now, so Slam is getting some counter damage with the Knights. Good moves. Another town center up from Mbl, so Mbl is going to be on 3 TC. 13 villager lead still, quite huge. He should wall there if he can. Okay, Mbl, Slam still sticking around. Mixing in some spearmen now. So the big thing for Slam now is that Mbl doesn't have production buildings anymore, right? If you check Mbl, he only has 1 barracks. He doesn't have any more archery ranges anymore. He's now focusing on booming. Actually has so many idols as well. So the aggression from Slam is looking quite good now. Wonder if Mbl might even do berserks. He does have the castle up. But yeah, this castle is a little bit in no man's land, right? Not sure what that castle does except maintain the position. Nice move by Slammer. It's getting a lot of villager kills, but he is losing vills himself. Look here, the crossbows in the back. Picked off 2 or 3 vills in the house. But this should be an easy cleanup for Slam. He has a Mangonel there, he has enough knights. He also has +2 on the knights. Mbl did pick off another vill, so I think, yeah, nice cleanup for Slam. He got cleanup at the same time here. There was a lot of action going on right now, and they both kind of had a lot of idols throughout, but that kind of will stabilize now, it feels like. Another TC for Slam, while Mbl keeps piling on the pressure with Mangonels. 1 Mangonel and 1 Ram. That's an interesting army. There are Knights coming as well though, but this should just get cleaned up by the Spearmen, unless he sticks around with the Knights, which he is doing, so Slam definitely... He's trying his best now to make use of his military lead. The issue I see right now still is there's a 22 villager difference. 22. That's a lot. That's really, really tough to ever come back from with any civ, any situation, ever. Mbl going for a tower. I wonder if he has university. He does not, so there will not be guard towers anytime soon.
I've watched your videos on my lunch break for several years now. Thank you for the constant stream of great content. Also, Britain's greater than all.
Yo, Echo 6, thank you. I assume that is $20 or something along those lines. Thank you very much for the 1783 euros. I'm glad you enjoyed the content, dude. I will keep doing my best to provide more. Thank you very much for the kind donation there, sir. Mbl looks like he's on the way to Imperial Age. That's the power of Vikings for you. He did rush up to University in order to get Guard Tower. So Mbl, what he wants to do now is defend his base with Guard Tower and start trebbing Slam from his castle. He can almost afford a second castle as well, so it looks to me like Mbl will just use the equal lead, do Guard Tower, defend his base with Guard Towers, and maybe make a second castle even more forward and just erase the base of Slam with trebuchets. And the harsh reality here is that Slam doesn't really have an answer to that. He is still 3TC booming, still being pressured. He's not even close to Imperial Age. I mean, if he canceled all the production, he would be close to Imperial Age. But the question is, what's the point for him to go to Imperial Age? He has no stone, he cannot do a castle. He doesn't see the stone on the right side either. So Mbl is just looking in prime position right now to close this out with a 4-0. Slam diving a little bit deeper with the Mangonel. He might lose the Mangonel to the Guard Towers. Yeah, Guard Tower is like the ultimate defense against Mangonels. We might even have a Slam calling a GG as soon as Mbl hits Imperial Age. The counter damage, counter aggression didn't really get too much damage in. And there's still a castle in his face that might start losing trebuchets. There's a big chance this Imperial Age will just initiate a GG call from Slam. That's what I would anticipate. But then again, this is the last game of the series, so Slam might try to fight on, and he might just call the GG as we anticipated. So yeah, MBL takes it 4-0. Really nice play by MBL. Very well executed strategies. Good ideas. I felt like a lot of times Slam just played right into the hand of MBL. Probably 2 or 3 of the games, I felt like Slam did play into the hands of MBL. MBL also got some decent Civ matchups there, but still, full credit to MBL. He played and he punished the mistakes from Slam perfectly when Slam got a little bit aggressive. I also feel like this aggression type of play doesn't really suit Slam that well. Like, Slam isn't, in my opinion, Slam is not a forward towerish type of player, right? Slam to me is more a macro, micro, solid standard gameplay, playing with military, not with like positional towers and pressure points like this. MBL is really good in those types of games where it's positional and strategical in terms of like, where do you invest your army, how much army do you make, where do you invest your towers, where do you put your positional stand, so to say. Slam to me is more a dynamic player. He's more like active with units, back and forth, macro, micro. And MBL didn't give him a single one of those games. So very well done to MBL. Slam did a good try still, but MBL was better today. Interview Slam. First of all, interviewing the loser of a series is never really a good idea. But we're not gonna ask Slam for an interview after this series. It is a nice counter aggression there. I just feel like MBL's middle game here. The counter aggression for MBL with the forward ranges and forward towers played out really well, and he simply just took the position and didn't give it away. Was very good. Do you and Debbie share a computer or have 2 separate stations? We have separate stations. Do you think MBL's playstyle kind of counters Slam? I would say MBL's playstyle, when he gets the games into his type of way of playing, counters Slam, because I feel like MBL is way more comfortable with that type of game than Slam is, and it's easier to force those types of games. So I would maybe agree with the statement of MBL style countering Slam. Where's MBL in the 1-1 meta right now? All over the place. Don't think there's too much else to say about this. Economy was quite similar, although Wood and Stone heavily in favor of MBL. Gold heavily in favor of Slam. It was a nice series, even though it was a 4-0, there was still some good games in there. A lot of good things to learn from, I think. Matthias, thanks for the sub, appreciate the prime. And yeah, that'll be it for me casting today. Hope you guys enjoyed the cast. Not something I do very often. I'm very sorry about the drop we had in there as well. Hope you guys still enjoyed the last game there. So yeah, for those who are watching on YouTube, thank you, hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. For you guys on Twitch, we will probably play some more games right now.